That's fair warning.
Yes. All right. I'm gonna go get this file, I guess. If you guys have any issues seeing my screen or whatever, please speak up.
Will do.
You guys can all see FOF happening now, right?
Yes.
I should probably look. Yes.
I'm surprised we got no Bob. I thought Bob might join.
Bob's got taken a week off for his wife's anniversary. That's a devoted husband.
Quite. All right. Any further ado before we pop this thing open?
No, man. What do you think? Well, what do you think? You've been to enough bowls. You don't mind saying you're going to lose or win, right? So, what do you think? What are your chances?
I was tempted to take the points and bet you 7th rounders over it, but I don't know how legal any of that is. He threw for 400 yards last week. Like I don't think I've ran into that before, and I don't think I'm going to be able to intercept him. So
What would you do on defense? Do you play more cover 2? Or did you do anything really crazy?
More cover 2, press 2. So he's going to get he's going to get some over the top shots for sure, and it's going to come down to your favorite stat, which is a little bit of yak. I'm worried about tackling on his short passes.
Do you think you're going to get a rush?
Like a pass rush?
Yeah.
It's hard to say. I'll get some, but he doesn't get sacked much.
Yeah, I was just looking. That's kind of weird because his offensive line is not. It's not bad, but it's not all that good. Oh man, it doesn't get sacked hardly at all. Yeah. 16.6, like an outlier, like not normal.
What's his QB sense rush?
That might be it. Well, no, but pass rush percentage should be capture hurries too. 85. I haven't logged his offense, but I mean, it must just because like he's not just throwing short passes; he's throwing like hyper short passes. I think that's got to be what it is.
So I'm hoping for some situational 3rd down hurries. You know, like they just have to come in the right downs.
Yeah. And get to 3rd down. Tennessee couldn't get to 3rd down last time. That was kind of the. He doesn't throw that many short passes, actually. I really don't.
I could be in some trouble because I'm set up to defend some short passes.
Well, I mean, cover 2, press 2 is pretty normal. And then, I mean, I was just saying, like, I mean, his DNs are like should be playing 4-3, and I mean they went 266, 273. You should be able to stomp these guys on the ground. Of course, you never know if that yields enough points, right? That's all red zone. But I think you'll chew up the middle of the field. We'll just see what happens in the red zone. Like I said, I think you got this, man. His corners are nothing special either.
They're definitely a couple of good 60s, right?
Yeah, but one of them's 5'6". The other guy's got 28 bump. I mean,
right.
You know what I mean? Like it's not yeah, I don't know. Personally, I feel like I don't really understand what these guys are doing. I should probably learn, but it just seems like from what I know, I think you've got to be a strong favorite here.
Well, the game agrees with you. I'm hesitant to call myself a strong favorite, but we shall see how it goes.
All right, we'll see it.
How's that visibility level?
That's much better.
Okay.
I'm such a dolt. Oh, do we have weather for this game? Let me check real quick. It's raining. 12-mile-an-hour winds. Ooh, that's a bump for you.
Is it? I feel like rain is bad for the run game.
Gee, it's probably worse for the pass game.
Worse for the pass game, yeah.
Oh,
I mean, unless he's doing short passes, like.
Which he is.
Well, I think even short.
It kind of helps with the deep pass that he might be doing against you. So.
He generated quite a few picks, but not a lot of fumbles. Fumbles is really, like, I think the most thing. Roughly the same as you actually on the turnover front. Both sides of the ball. All right, we'll see what happens here.
Yeah, you know, a key interception from my quarterback could change a lot of things. Oh my God, fumbled the opening kickoff.
Oh, there's that fumble.
Well, we got to a 3rd and long. Okay.
Yeah, you got to take that, man. I mean, if you fumble, you give up 3 points. That's a huge win for your D.
Yeah.
You know, that sequence happened so fast. I literally thought he fumbled the kick return and recovered for his own team. I fucking fumbled that and spotted him.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, man.
You walk away with only 3 points like that.
You got the ball on the 14-yard line, man. Calling his best play probably right out of the bat. So I think you did okay. And here we go. Grind it up. Grind it up. There we go.
Nice big one. Oh boy. All right, let's celebrate that long blast.
A 55-yarder. There you go. Back in it.
In those conditions, too.
Oh yeah, true. Okay.
Oh.
Little loss. And a nice game.
You're blitzing every down, man, huh?
Not well.
Oh.
I feel like I got to do something. I can't like let him sit back and throw. He's gonna pick me apart.
Yeah.
Well, just like that.
Well, yeah, he diced you up. Went 0-3 and then he went 7-7. Oh, there's some horrific reverses with a personal foul tacked on.
Was it tacked on or was it declined? I couldn't tell.
I think personal fouls are always tacked on.
Okay. All right. Well, we've got to match him here. No settling for.
Yeah, everyone's doing their thing. Like, you know. See which defense figures it out first.
Oh, scramble.
Nice tackle. Oh, that sucks.
Oh, hold it.
Oh, hold. Let's see what he calls here. To the tight end. And now you're backed off the blitzes. Oh, brutal, man.
Well, that's field goal range.
Yeah.
Gotta hold him there.
This game, field goals, I don't think it's going to be. I think you guys can both score 3 points.
Oh.
Aw, sucks.
Not liking my chances of a stop here.
Another hold.
All right. Oh, man.
Went up top and against your cover 3 too.
Yeah.
All right, decent little return. You've only beat yourself so far, so don't despair.
Well, his offense has also been effective.
It has, but you've been spotting him really good field position.
You gifted him a conversion there too. Yeah. The dangerous thin orange zone. Ooh, when you got off.
Okay.
Oh, he's playing some man-to-man too. Oh, that was the red zone. You're gonna get this. You're gonna get this. You're gonna get this. Don't worry. Yeah.
There it is.
Oh man, running on me. Oh shit.
Ooh.
Oh.
I didn't.
What was that? A fumble?
That was a pick. I didn't even see who got it.
A pick.
I'll take
Yeah.
it. Oh, big conversion. Malone, is that his first catch? First target. Goes for 7.
Well, there you go. See, you've had 2 turnovers. He's only had 1. You're up 7.
Yeah, he's gonna get the ball to start. So this is a big 3-minute drill here.
It is.
Yeah.
Oh, big scramble. Okay.
Nice tackle. Nice tackle on third down.
Don't pin me. Fuck.
Ooh.
5. It's pretty much gonna. Looks like you're gonna go conservative still.
No.
I'm happy
First
to end
down.
this off.
At this point, you'd probably want to go conservative.
Yeah.
You're not gonna make it.
That's fine with me.
All right, so hold on. Pause it a second. Let's see what we got here. What do we got for numbers going on here? Well, pretty even. I mean, you're definitely winning on a per play basis.
Yeah.
Way more first downs.
Part of that though is field position.
Yeah, I mean, you'd assume that he would have got some more yards. Well, I mean, but even like on an average, right? I mean, I guess it's hard to get the yards in the red zone. No, man, you got to be feeling good at this point, right?
Yeah, I don't want to give up 320 yards passing at 66% or whatever that is.
Yeah.
That's gonna be hard to hold on to. But the fact that I like the third down distance right now.
You're playing your game. He hasn't done anything to disrupt your game. Maybe you haven't done much to disrupt his game either. But like, you know, we'll see what happens, I guess.
It looks like it's gonna come down to some turnovers so far. Thank goodness. Oh.
Ooh, wait. Really just a arm punt, but still, that's good, you know.
Yeah, I'll take it. Okay, this should be a QB sneak.
Look, you're going to hit 200 yards before the third quarter is up. Size matters, fellas. Anyone listening, size matters. You don't notice until it's too late.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
That. Boom.
Oh, run, pass. That's surprising.
Yeah, get him right back. You could really put this away here, even with just a field goal.
Alright, maybe the tight end? Ah. Alright, good punt though.
Yeah.
And you took some time off. I mean, there's 20 minutes left. Yeah.
The clock is his enemy. Especially if you do just that, get a stop.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, this is the second time around he's going to be seeing these plays too.
Ooh.
Oh, Christ.
Yep, that's what happens. What do you got, 2 in there? Oh, look at that.
Painful.
A lot of play action.
Oh my
God.
Up to 4 turnovers?
Oh, he took a shot too, but you managed to get it. A little sack.
That's field goal range?
Nice tackle.
No, it's not. Okay.
Oh, they booted. FFOF logic. We all play with the same.
Oh man, why am I all passes right now?
Oof, you hit one, but I think you'd rather just run for 15 yards and punt it. Like, oh no! 3 for 3. Oh boy, that's brutal.
Keeping it interesting.
The rain is definitely playing a factor here.
Oh yeah, 100%.
You'd be blowing them out if it wasn't for these fumbles, man. Oh, what a stop. Nice job, man. All right.
Oh, 3rd and 1 to 3rd and 6. That hurts. That hurts bad.
It's okay. You got. Oh, it's only a 1-score game. I thought it was for some reason.
All right, got to keep him out of field goal range somehow.
You did it.
Okay. Can we run
He's
the
getting
ball?
stranded. He's getting stranded in the orange zone. You don't even need to convert, man. You just need to not fumble.
I just need one good drive here.
Yeah, I mean, just like 2 or 3 first downs will pretty much make it a. You know, he gets one chance.
Yeah.
Oh. Nice.
I would prefer the ball to be handed off.
What do you got? Well, they got a 4-minute setting. We must have a 3-minute setting. Can you change it for this game?
No, I didn't.
They were still running. They were still running with 3-something. I mean, still passing with 3-something. That's strange. Here we go. Now you're in clock kill mode, big time.
Oh.
Ooh. All right. That's a big run there. Keep seeing good field goal.
Oh shit.
Ball game.
Yeah, that's game.
Assuming that nothing crazy happens.
I mean, he's gonna need to drive down and
catch him on.
Look at it.
And catch.
I mean, his yards per pass play was under 6 even before like this hurry up stuff started. Your pass D was excellent, man.
Yeah.
Oh wait, did he?
It really held up there. You know, after that first, it really was just that one drive that he tore you up.
Well, he had 166 at half, right?
Yeah, I mean, I just look at yards per pass play. That's kind of like more my go-to. I mean, the other ones inform more, but like. You also ran 267 rushing yards. I mean, you played your game, man. You went 267. Yeah, your passing game wasn't impressive, but you also generated 12 first downs. Like, no big deal. And yeah, he had that one awesome drive at the beginning. And, I mean, you had 3 fucking fumbles, man. I mean, like, that's you crushed him.
You crushed him even though you lost the turnover battle.
I mean, it was a 1-score
by 3, by 3, not by 1, 2. Winning a game by 14 after losing the turnover battle by 3 is not common.
No.
Well, big fucking sigh of relief over here.
So is that bowl number 3 for you in this league?
I think so, yeah.
Congratulations, man.
Thanks. I appreciate you joining for the experience.
Sure.
Does this mean we have like end of season awards and stuff we can look at?
Yep. Other than the league MVP, I think they're up. I'll import here. We can look at them.
Is there anything else on this game you wanted to look at?
It felt like you did your thing, man. You did your thing, and you also contained their passing attack in a way that like it doesn't look like a lot of teams did. So yeah, man, I think you won this one handily.
I mean, the turnovers helped, right? We got those 2 picks.
Yeah, but I mean,
wasn't expecting that.
They're both ways. Like, you know, both guys got 2 picks. I don't know, man. It's good of you to be humble, but I think you stomped them pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, just look at the average yards to go on 3rd down. That's
all that considered, it was still a 1-score game until my last drive. So.
Yeah, but you were down 3 turnovers.
True.
Right. I think if the turnovers were even, you would have won by 20. You know, before the in-game shenanigans, even. Like, you know what I mean? It seems like it was about that game. 15, something like that.
Oh, my right tackle is the front office bowl MVP.
That is some good stuff there. Well, Patty Mahomes, Player of the Year. Good for him.
Yeah, he had a big year. And he's the Offensive Player of the Year as well.
A red flag right tackle is the MVP.
Hey, what's
wrong
with red flag?
People love a rebel. People love a rebel.
What's wrong with the red flag?
Oh, I don't know. Let's see here.
You beat me out in the first team guard.
Did I?
Yeah, Alan Thomason.
Well, that guy, he was actually a stud left tackle, but I'm such a stickler for size. I was like, no, I'm gonna make him a left guard. Probably wasn't the best move.
Yeah, I think there's there's a little leeway on size, but you can't like put somebody at center who out to like a tackle or something.
I mean, if you ignore the stats and just look at like plus minus, it's like a 2% chance, like that 2% change, which doesn't sound like a lot, but that's the difference between a stud and a solid player. Let's see, any surprises here in the awards? I don't really counting stats aren't really my thing, so I don't really follow a lot of this stuff. Lorenzen looks like he had a good year. What was this? Oh, over 10%. That's pretty damn good, yeah. Pass rush. How many guys you got there? Oh, your offensive line. That's just an opportunity thing usually. Just whoever gets the most run blocks.
It's my tackles and my center, and that's it.
Yeah.
No guards this year.
No guards.
I was looking like the first. Well, let's see. It's Mahomes is in the AFC. Lorenzen is Cincinnati. The first teamers. I don't know. I was thinking he was NFC heavy, but it's really not. There's AFC guys out there.
Detroit got a wide receiver, even on their down year.
Their wide receivers are super impressive.
Yeah, they are. I mean, it's like kind of like in the NFC, you have to be able to find a way to beat you in Minnesota and the old Giants. Like you also have to be prepared to face Detroit
and Chicago.
Who's got the #1 pick? Jacksonville went 0-16.
That'll get it done.
That'll do it. And they have an 83 rated quarterback. Oh man, it's gonna be an auction, fellas. There's gonna be an auction, I feel like.
It always depends upon the prospects.
Yeah, if there's a good QB, somebody's coming up for him, right?
Yeah.
Well, Lawrence has some. I mean, it's whatever, He's 87 overall. I'm showing 87 overall future rating, so I can nitpick a couple things on him, but yeah, 87 is 87. So I would hope that he wouldn't move on from him.
I don't think so. He just traded for him.
Oh, okay. Is that Mikey? Still Mikey?
Yeah.
I know he's a real life Jaguars fan. God bless his soul.
Right, real life Jaguars fan. Got to take over the Jaguars. Got to trade for their QB. I'm pretty sure he's going to be there for a while.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, and he's got him cheap. He's got him cheap.
Yeah.
If he doesn't hold out.
I mean, at that point, you can just cap him out each year, just avoid the holdout. Look at that. That's something else, huh?
The contract?
Yeah, it's like pretty insane, to be honest.
Also, I didn't realize he runs a 4.32. That
is bizarre. Usually those quarterback 40-yard dash times go way up after the rookie season. They get like kind of normalized, but
and it doesn't totally correspond to his scramble frequency. Isn't like 100, right?
No, not at all. It looks like he's ran.
Well, he ran for 8 yards. 8 yards a carry last year.
Yeah, and the long's only 25, so that's not like some weird 80-yard run throwing that off.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know if it's true or not, but it seems like the 40-yard, so frequency is obviously frequency, but like the 40-yard dash should apply to like how effective they are running. Is that kind of like our assumption with quarterback running?
I guess. I don't know. I mean, I think the scramble.
I've never done the quarterback running thing. I like scramblers, but I don't really do like design quarterback runs. I know you do. Not as much as some people, but you do some of that.
I really do like almost none of that.
Oh, really? Okay.
No, I think he does it on just like short yardage situations.
3rd and 1. Yeah. He called it out. He knew it was coming that one time.
Yeah. Like that. I think that's the only one in my playbook.
All right. But okay, so here's the thing: Jacksonville doesn't have their first-round pick.
Oh.
So someone else is. They went 0-16 and they traded away the pick. I assume to get Homeboy.
It would have had to have been to get rid of
Yeah.
Oh, so the Jets have the #1 overall pick.
The Jets have the number 1 pick. Okay.
I didn't realize that.
I was just looking.
I'm pretty sure they have a quarterback too. Yeah. They've got a quarterback.
Yeah, in the 2nd year, and he's fully developed. So again, 6'3", 97 intelligence. Jesus, man. Ooh, yeah. Don't worry, there'll still be an auction for the number 1 pick. Their quarterback looks like there's going to be an auction.
That's crazy.
Damn.
Let the bidding wars begin.
The Jets are sitting a little pretty, having just made the playoffs and about to get a haul.
All right, so Champ, what? Looking at your roster now, it doesn't look like you have any changes that you're going to be forced into. At least everything's kind of taken care of, huh?
Well,
succession plans looking pretty well in place.
I mean, I'm potentially losing 2 good DNs. This guy I've got to bring back at like $40 million a year.
Yeah, 40. Yeah, I mean, you're talking about 50 rated players. They're not even your starters. Like, come on now. Like, of course you're gonna lose some people, but you're gonna franchise Graham. You think if he asked for a lot of money, are you gonna pay him?
Oh man, I would have paid him any time that I could have. Look at this. I can't pay him.
Just have to keep franchising him.
Yeah. That's my only option. So he's about to turn 30 and ask for $40 million, and I might have to do it.
Well, you kind of see where you spend your money, right? I mean, if you find a better way to deploy your resources, then maybe you decide to cut bait. But we'll have to see. I mean, yeah, but that's gonna be weird. It's gonna be hard to find a trade partner. Like, personally, I wouldn't trade for him unless I knew what his re-sign numbers are, and the re-sign numbers that he's gonna show you are gonna be.
They're the same.
Higher. Oh, really? You think so? I think they'll be much higher than what he would ask from someone else.
Oh.
I think in general, when you trade for a player, their demands go down. I don't know for sure, but it seems like I have anecdotal evidence that.
Oh, I thought they were the same, but I could be mistaken. But you're saying I'm going to lose nobody, but I'm losing all this cohesion at left guard. He's been my left guard since day 1.
Yeah. I guess that's true.
My starting center, he's been here for ages. He's,
right, but if Bradison takes over, he's also going to be on his 6th season. So, I mean, it's not like you're putting in a new player necessarily.
Who?
I assume you have these 2 right guards who are signed for 3 years. I assume unless something else happens, one of them will just take over.
Oh, I doubt it. I think that right now the plan is for this guy to take over.
You're gonna do that?
I mean, you would put one of the guards there?
Size, man, size. That's just my thing. But because you need a center, what are you gonna do at center then? Because your center and your left guard are both at 1 year. They're gone essentially, unless you choose to.
Right. So I've got 2 guards. So one of them can take over for the other one, and then I've got a center to groom.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what I was saying.
But the problem
these guys have been on the team for a while. Like you're not putting in some a free agent or something.
True.
So I don't think the cooking should be too bad.
What do you think about endurance on O-linemen? Because I'm worried about making this guy a starter.
I've seen plenty of teams do just fine without it, but I personally it's not like a deal breaker, but I definitely look at it. I think it also matters because endurance matters, right? More at the end of the game. If you really count on yourself to run out clock at the end. I'm sure with your rushing attack, there's plenty of times you're up 2 scores with 7 minutes left, and you essentially just run all the way down the field for yet another touchdown, right? And I think if endurance mattered, it would probably matter there the most. But I don't really know. It's not something that you can really study. You'll see if guys put up good stats even without good endurance for sure.
Yeah.
Whatever offensive line stats mean, right? Again, but
hard to quantify.
Yeah. But no, you look like you'll be back, man. I don't see no meaningful changes.
Nothing major. I mean, it's going to be a tough slog through the NFC either way, right? Los Angeles is 12 wins and they're a wild card team. That's not how it's supposed to go.
Yeah, and they're young too. They're still.
They're very.
They're still getting better.
Yeah.
They have no tackles. I mean, like I wouldn't even roster the guys they're playing at tackle. Like it's pretty clear. Like they have some spots to fill. Your cap situation looks really good though, man. So I'm sure you'll be able to keep your team together. Is this the same system you run in other leagues, or is it kind of unique here?
It's unique here. Like I took this team over and they spent the number 2 overall pick on this guard I'm about to lose. And so I was like, well, what am I going to do here? And then I spent the number 1 overall pick on this guy. And the pick was so clowned that Bob messaged me and he's like, hey, do you need a rollback? I noticed you took a no combine defensive tackle 1.1. So, I was like, well, I appreciate you looking out for me, but no, I actually did that on purpose. It wasn't a misclick. And so...
proving everyone wrong. I would have been concerned about you too, but apparently you're doing something right.
He loves his no combine players. He really does. Seen it in other league.
It's a weakness, yeah. No, I mean, trying to get an O-line, trying to run the ball, that's something I do across other places too. But I don't usually invest heavily in defensive tackle like I did here. I've invested a decent amount in corners here. Linebackers, I don't know. I went big on defense in this league is what it comes down to.
Yeah, well, I think it makes sense, especially because we're talking about there's so many different styles you have to go up against in the NFC. Like you kind of have to have an answer for these more singular approaches. I feel like we can run the ball and pass the ball, but we're not as good as you running the ball or nearly as good passing as some of the other teams. But I like to be able to go back and forth. And your defense is one of the few where I'm not okay, I'm just going to crank up the passing, or I'm just going to crank up the running and feel like I'm going to gain an advantage. So I think there's lots to be said for keeping a balanced defense in some ways.
You know your team better than me, but for me, I used to be thinking he's going to come in and he's going to want to make big plays in the pass game, and I feel like this season in particular, you really ramped up the balanced part of your offense.
Just kind of works, man. It's not. It's just what was working. I kind of lucked in to keep drafting these running backs. I don't know why. But I just keep nailing these picks. Not from an overall rating standpoint, but from guys I like, and their performance well. He's by far the worst runner. But he's a type. This guy's fucking a stud. This guy. I love this guy. This guy is fucking up.
Yeah.
45 overall. I mean, he's probably gonna want 9-10 million this year. Whatever.
You better hope so, because I ran a guy who was a 40-something overall into the ground, and then he wanted 20 million a year.
Well, did he have higher endurance though? Because this guy only plays the 113, 104 player. So he doesn't even.
I mean, it's similar. 1,000-yard season, and then he's like, all right, well, I'm the man, pay me.
Yeah.
And we'll
see what happens.
Want to get paid, you've always got this guy who averaged an insane 6.7 yards a carry.
Yeah, I mean, the guys who take the backup snaps or just come in fresh, they tend to overperform. But ideally, I'd like this guy to take over Grant's role and just have Grant do third downs. But anyway, we'll see what happens. I mean, I'll run as long as so many teams play a light front or just don't have the run defenders. It's just kind of if you have the 400 points of run blocking that I always talk about, in a high hole recognition back, then it's just you're kind of foolish not to be running the ball that much, because it's just guaranteed yards. Like I say, you win every game, but it's just a really efficient way to go about things.
Is this your starter right here, or did you have an?
No, normally it's Cloak. Who's only a 60 running. But yeah, my offensive line is not they're not overpowering in a running perspective. My tight end is a 98 run blocker, at least for the 113.
Oh wow.
I feel like that. Yeah. So that's that's the thing.
Here's a question you might know the answer to. How many weeks is the off season? This guy's out for 32 weeks. How many of those are covered in free agency and training camp, etc.?
I don't remember exactly the number, but I think it's 16 or 20, something like that. Okay, so it's 16 or 20 when it rolls over, the season change.
Okay, so next stage.
And then there's no weeks counted until preseason 1 to 2 is like a week.
So he's gonna.
I do know that.
At least
so like, he's gonna.
season.
He'll come back like week 6, 7, 8, like somewhere in there, like of the season.
That's not bad.
No, I mean whatever. I mean he's a pretty replaceable player. I have 2 like backup linemen that are more or less the same profile. Like I probably won't even pay him because he's not an affinity and he's not, he has injury history. So I probably just let him go. You know what I mean?
Do you like to run this deep at tackle, or did you just happen to pick up some players you like?
No, I just got those guys super cheap. I think there was Whitfield I traded like a 6th-round pick for. And, also, both my tackles are up for re-sign next year, and I kind of just wanted to have we're getting to that point with our talent where it's like I don't know if we can pay everybody, and so both my tackles are dumb as shit, and I like their bars a lot, but I'm not going to give them $25 million a year. If one of them wants it, they're done, and I'll just have to downgrade my offensive line.
Oh, I mean, I guess maybe the most important question for you is what are you doing at QB?
Well, I'm going to franchise. I gave free starts not just to get the affinities, but also because I wanted to kind of see what a difference it made compared to Gwen.
Yeah, it's just a complete coincidence he happened to hit 8 starts.
No, I mean I forced it, and then I was I counted after a while. I was pretty clear I was going to win the division. I was also not going to get a bye, so I was just all right, well, I'll just play these weeks. So I'm going to franchise Gwen and kind of just see what the other demands are. Make a little spreadsheet. Okay, this is how much you got to pay this guy, blah blah. Make some choices, right? Because I've got the tackles up. Ideally, I'd like to keep both the tackles, and then that's really it. I don't really have to sign anyone else next season. Kane though, but he'd probably be. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'm going to franchise him and kind of see what happens with the other stuff. But Gwen is I think your quarterback, Gwen, his bars are not impressive per se, but he shows up on that most careful QBs. I think yours did as well. This league has a whole bunch of 50 rated quarterbacks who show up there, and that makes a big difference. I feel especially when you throw more downfield passes. We don't really throw deep lot. We throw a shitload of intermediate passes. And if I don't have a guy who's good at avoiding interceptions, then I'll frequently hit, an interception a game on average. You can still win that way, but it's just it's difficult.
I mean, that's what I did. 14 games, 13 picks.
Yeah. And you throw a ton of, if I remember, intermediate passes. Yeah, 3 and 4 routes, right?
Yeah.
Kind of behind the linebackers or whatever, somewhere in there.
Hopefully, not in front of them as much.
Yeah, not to them. But I don't know. We'll see what happens, right?
What do you think about my 1 overall tight end here?
Let me see. Hold on a second. Jacob Kunderarn.
So close. I'm sorry, Aaron, for him butchering your last name. If you watch this.
Kukendall. That could be either one. You never really know. We have to meet the fucker. A 1. That's pretty good. So what's he doing on your roster? Just a special teams? An affinity?
An affinity, yep.
Yeah.
Well.
Collecting rings.
He collected rings. He's gonna have 2 rings.
No, he didn't get one because he was inactive this game.
That's lame. Why are you going to be active to get a ring? I mean, if you're on the...
Because I fucked up my midweek. I was supposed to grab this guy, and it didn't go through or something. So I had to grab him the file from the bowl.
All right.
You were down a special teams ace then.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can call him an ace. Let's see. Did he even?
85.
He didn't even make any special team tackles this year. So
that's true. He only played 37 downs. He didn't do a hell of a lot.
I have also kind of come around to once your team is good, just leave 4 or 5 roster spots at the bottom and just grab whoever is an affinity and hopefully special teams 2 player for a veteran contract like you did, the veteran minimum. I've got a bunch of guys like that. But in the past, I used to fuck up and I would re-sign them, and then I realized I was just don't just if you have roster spots available, just give them to whoever pops up, right? In late free agency, usually you can just grab those guys. But those guys are useful to have for sure.
You don't really need cohesion from them.
No, because they're not on the field. The cohesion's only affected by the people around the field.
Well, I mean, it depends if you're just trying to get their affinity or if you're trying to get them their special teams prowess, right?
Right. I mean, the ideal is to find some guy's affinity and then also does, fit. But if he's not even going to be active, then like it doesn't matter the special teams either, right?
Yeah.
That's kind of a thing. I feel like it's a detail that people perhaps overlook. But anyway, yeah, we got some players we could swing to. We've got kind of like retarded depth. So yeah, I don't know what we're going to be doing. We have 0 cornerbacks. Or I guess you could say we have 1 or 2, but like we don't have any boundary. We have 1 boundary cornerback. Both our oldies kind of crapped out this year. We just traded for that guy. He's essentially our best cornerback now.
He's bounced around. What did you give up
for him? I think I gave up 2 late thirds. So it was like the value of like an early third.
Okay.
But we wanted to. I've never really run a lot of this cover 3, and I wanted to kind of give it a shot. So we actually did a good bit of that this year. His numbers were terrible though. He's 5'8".
Yeah, I was going to say, do you care about PD percentage, or do you look at other stats?
I would say care about it. Most of the defensive players, to be honest, I mean, other than pass rusher, which is like, the game does a good job of tracking that. Pretty much everything else, I just look at like plus minus. And that's just not a factor of the player, but also like how you're employing them.
Right.
Like that's kind of like it's like, I feel like the stats are assigned based on the distribution. It doesn't necessarily mean like the guy is good, just because he's in the spot, like he's going to get some of those plays.
Yeah.
And I just trust the bars, man. I think the bars do what you think they do. So you've read the help thing, 6 times and understand like what the nuance of language. I know a lot of guys play the game, they love the game. That the reading comprehension isn't their strong suit. But like what I mean, like if you take your time and read it carefully, like it pretty much tells you like what the bars do.
Man, you were so deep at defensive end.
Well, Zuniga's done after this year. And then, so I need Hickey to play when I play you, for example. And then Kando plays, like he can just do everything. And then Young plays against passing teams. You know what I mean? But you gotta have a third down rush. Young was a guy, I gave him my first round pick this year for Young. To trade for him and pay him, which is, kind of something I actually don't try to do. But we just needed a pass rush man. Like we had no juice. We don't have a stud Will either, so like we just had no guy who could win 1-on-1 until we got Young, and I think we did pretty good with pass rush this year. We drop 8 a lot too. It's nice to be able to have 3 guys on the defensive line who can rush. I love the true 3-4. It's like if you just I love the true 3-4. That three defensive end rotation. You got one guy who can do both things. One guy who rushes faster. One guy's more of a run stopper. It's just like just playing based on the situation. Love that shit.
Yeah, you had a top 10 pass rush.
Yeah, which isn't like it's not mind blowing, but I think we were bottom, maybe even like 8 for like the previous seasons.
I don't even know where to look that up.
Opposing linemen, and then sort by pass rush. So that's how you look at like how your pass rush is doing.
Okay, yeah, you went from 19 last year to 22 this year. It's a nice jump.
Yeah, I mean, I really like what you're looking at. Is like, okay, so I was like, whatever, essentially average this year. But I was bottom 8 the year before. Then I was average. Then I was bottom 4. You know what I mean? So it's like, it seems like hopefully the bars are supposed to work, right? So you just gotta look at things that way. It was the most obvious improvement. I think that was something that I saw on your team once that was kind of interesting. You had like a really good pass rush, 23%. Of course, I don't know how much that is by beating everyone by 3 scores in the fourth quarter and just teeing off. But you had good rush in our game, I think. If
I did in our game, yeah. I don't know what it was like in the Bull, but I did get a couple of sacks.
Yeah.
Like, I don't ever calculate that per game.
No, I mean I look at the pass rush percentage for sure. Roughly 20% is average. Like that's. But like if you go, I'll show you. If you go to the box score, the box score for the Bull. Get a little box score. How Ishikawa reads the box score. right, so let's go down to the pass rush area. All right, so let's look at you. You had 2 sacks, 0 blocks, 3 hurries. Okay, I'll go down to like the thing like below the snap count. So you had 3. Well, a little bit up. Right there, where it says detailed passing. So you had 3 hurries but 2 snaps. You had 5 pass rushes, no blocks. So 5 pass rushes on 43 dropbacks. Pretty terrible, actually. 12%. Like, I mean, I think it worked out. But you tackled well, right? So if we look at his, if we look at his yak per catch, I bet it would be pretty low compared to like especially what that team normally did.
I don't know where.
He also got there 40% of the time that he actually was in the backfield. So he had 2 sacks out of the 5 rushes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's more like a quarterback stack. Like that's like what the Sense Rush bar does. So you had 28 completions, and I just do this like just eyeball it. Looks like 1, 2, 2.5 yards yak per catch, which is like not a lot, right? So I think average is probably like 3 or 4 or something like that. So you guys tackled well, man, for sure. But where did the incompletions come from? I guess we'll go back down to that detailed passing. We'll see what the. So the pass rush was a little below average. Secondary play looks like it played pretty well. I mean, that's usually more like 10% is like the same as 20% on pass rush, so it did a little bit better. But yeah, just well-rounded, man. But I think it was really the tackling. Like that's probably like what made the difference.
Did you say you counted this as 43 attempts?
Yeah, because there was 2 sacks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's a pretty minor point, but like, yeah.
No, I mean it affects the percentage a lot with small numbers.
Right. I mean, it matters more when there's like 4 or 5 sacks, right? But really, like, it's just the idea. It was a pass rush. And you add blocks too if you were going to do, like, you wanted to calculate pass rush percentage. You got 3 plus 2 plus 0. It's 5 pass rushes on 43 attempts. I'm not taking scrambles into account, but yeah. So you need 5 over 43.
I feel fortunate
12%.
to have held on to 2 of 7 on deep passes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, look at it.
I don't know how many of those were in the hurry up. Like, true. You can't.
I mean, he completed 19 of 22 shortened screens. Like, just
during the season. Go on way back. Hold on. During the season, how did he do on? During the season, he attempted 94 deep passes. He was pretty average at it, actually.
6 a game?
Yeah, something like that. He was pretty average at it, both completion-wise and yardage-wise. I'm trying to figure out where he threw the ball a lot. So 225. All right, so he's top 6 in medium attempts. Again, not particularly efficient at it. And Baltimore. He was really just slightly above average in short attempts, but he was pretty efficient at the short stuff. The short stuff is where he was, high volume and also high efficiency.
I mean, it looks like he was better efficient. Am I in the right year? No. Okay, let me try that again. Oh, yeah.
Just compare it to the league average, right? So it's like he's...
Right.
Like if you just sort it by average yards per attempt, like he's top 3 in, so it's one thing to be top 5 in average yards per attempt when you're also like bottom 8 in the attempts at that range. Because like definitely overusing a certain depth like hurts you in a big way. A lot of my teams, like we're bottom 3 in short passing attempts, but like we're top 5 in average yards per attempt just because we do so little of it. But like he was top 8 in short attempts, but also top 3 in efficiency. Like that's definitely like his bread and butter.
Yeah, I mean, completing 74% at that volume is pretty crazy.
Yeah, very strange. Yeah. I mean, look at the other guys at the top of the list for percentage, and it's just like, nothing. Philadelphia. Wow, look at Philadelphia. That's crazy. They do 515 short passes. Wow, that's a huge number. I think 500 passes all year.
I barely maybe hit.
You did not. You did not. You threw 495. So yeah. You didn't even throw. He threw more short passes than you threw passes. Period. Anyway, so yeah, you ran the ball a lot, but again, a lot of that's late game stuff. because you won so many damn games by so many points. 3,000 yards rushing, man. That's pretty impressive. That's something you don't see a lot of.
There was look at Minnesota. The Ghost
last year, yeah, Minnesota did it last year, and you were very close. Oh, you did the year before, just over 3,000. The Giants, well, man, the Giants in their heyday were real rushing animals. Yeah, with Rick gone and
Rick's gone, and his team's still blocked better than mine.
Rick and Hunter both gone. It's like the NFC rushing meta. It's like it's your crown, man. Like you get to run the show now.
By default.
The running game.
Well, hopefully, I don't know. I hold out hope that we see Rick again.
Yeah, I think there's some personal stuff about that. I know there's game.
Oh, you must have touched your USB cord.
Yep.
Who's Tucson, by the way? Do I know your brother?
No.
No,
I play in another league with him.
That's a friend of mine from the IFL.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I think we did it.
Yeah, good time to call it. I really appreciate you joining and chatting and entertaining the fans.